The Three of Cups and the Six of Wands. Awesome. The Three of Cups, to me, is some friends getting together and having a good time a lot of times. So, what is your social circle? What are your connections with other people in your life? How are you feeling about those close relationships that you have? The Six of Wands is all about allowing yourself to be celebrated, to take allow somebody to acknowledge you for your accomplishments or doing some good. This person didn't just complete something. It's like there's a parade being held for them, and they are sitting there and being proud of what they have accomplished or what they've done. So these energies coming together in your mental space, just allow your friends, allow your friend group, allow the people that you are close to and have emotional relationships with celebrate you. Not in an arrogant, people need to pay attention to me, people need to show gratitude towards me for all the things I do. Nothing like that. This is more so of being, because these three, I feel like these women couldn't have this relationship if they weren't being true and authentic with each other and created a sisterhood. That's the kind of feeling I get from this card, is these women are, this is close relationship. So within your close circle, how are you open with them about the accomplishments and the progress you're making in your life? And are you allowing them to celebrate you? And do you feel okay being celebrated? I would allow this to create some conversation in your own head of what does that energy mean to me? Am I okay with that kind of energy? What's my relationship to that? How does that make me feel? Let's pull a card for your physical space now. Magician. So really being the master of your domain. I see this as being able to weigh your resources, have a real firm foot on, and this may have a lot to do with that ideal course of action. I know what I need to do. I know what my resources are. They're all laid out on the table. See, he has the wands, the swords, the cups, and the coins. He's using all aspects of himself to create the reality that he wants. So this coming in your physical world, I would be mindful of that kind of energy. Are you taking responsibility for creating the life that you want in the space that you want? If this is in your job or your home or your relationships, in your physical world, are you taking responsibility for what you create? And are you able to look at your resources in a way that's like, I'm good at this. This is my skill set. And if I don't have a skill, I have people in my life that I can say, this is a skill that I have. This is a skill that you have. How can we pull these together and work together to create something purposefully? I would see this as a purposeful creation. If we are purposeful in creating in our life, we're more likely to get what we want, right? Rather than just like, what shows up is what shows up. No, you have choices. And I don't know why I pointed out when I said choices. This is not a card of choice necessarily. You don't have a choice to see it. If something's being illuminated in such a way that you can't ignore it, I guess that's not having a choice. But in this card coming out, the illumination card with these other cards, it may just be looking at things from a whole new way, light shown on you or something in your life that allows you to feel celebratory, to feel excited about being purposefully creative in your life and creating the life that you want to have. Let's pull a card for your emotional space. Page of Wands. I always see him as such a flirt, and I kind of see him, his energy as like, I don't know, like a salesman or an actor. And I'm not saying that in a they're fake way, but they're able to be very aware of who they're dealing with or the situation they're dealing with, and bringing out parts of their personality that are going to mesh in a way that leads them, people to think that they got their stuff together, if that makes sense. He comes through with a lot of charisma and excitement and passion, a drive, a willingness to get out there, make mistakes, and put themselves on the line a little bit. I see, like someone that's an actor or an entrepreneur or has that kind of energy. They have to be willing to hear no. They have to be willing to try things over and over and over again to make a situation work. They know they're not for everybody, but they know, with their skill set, they really could influence people to interact with them in a way that they want. And so this coming out in your emotional space, you may just feel very able to get out there, use your charisma, use some of your charm, use your abilities to play a role, if you will, to help with you this month. So let's see what your cards are for your spiritual space this month. Holy goodness. Nine of Wands, King of Coin, Devil, and the Lovers. I did not want 4 cards, but we'll take all 4. All right, here. And my neighbors let their dogs out. The Nine of Wands here, he's taken a bit of a beating, right? Like he's bandaged, but he's still standing tall. All the wands are standing tall. I feel like this is like, you're almost there. Don't give up yet. It's okay that you take some knocks and bruises along the way. They help you learn. They help you progress. But it's always kind of it's not over yet. Like pull on your resilience, pull on your reserves a little bit. The Knight of Coins is a slow moving, thinking about long-term energies, especially in our physical world, making smart long-term financial decisions. The Devil card has a lot to do with our addictions or attachments, what we allow to control us. And the Lovers card, if you notice here, they're very similar in their layout. There's always 2 people with some kind of angel or devil kind of represented as almost like a third party situation here. And the Lovers card is a card of choice to me, making the choice over and over again to commit to someone, to love somebody unconditionally, that kind of thing. So these all coming out down here in short, and you can spend more time and maybe discovering what those energies are, looking up the names of the cards, that kind of thing, or the meanings of the cards. But in short, I feel like spiritually, this may be a month to this illumination coming in, where you have a clearer picture of how you connect spiritually. And this may be just a lot of self-work. What am I attached to? What choices am I making? What long-term decisions am I making? Am I feeling like, regardless of your spiritual practice, religion, what have you, people disagree with us. People are going to beat us up over it. People are going to put in their opinion when it doesn't matter anyway. Like, your opinion on my spiritual space and being is really none of my concern. Your opinion doesn't matter to me on that stuff. It's my relationship with myself and my spiritual being. So, I'm really, in general, this is coming down to you having some serious conversations with yourself. And it may be, some things have been brought to your attention in a way you're like, that's not healthy for me. Or what is my relationship to my spiritual space long term? What am I getting from this? Is it benefiting me? Is it helping me? Do I need to re-examine how my spiritual practices are affecting or not affecting my life? And how can I pull this all into a place that's helping me be a better human and making me feel more comfortably attached or understanding of my spirituality? Yeah. That's some heavy stuff, Virgo, but I wouldn't expect anything less from you. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or want some extra on this stuff, feel free to reach out to me. And for right now, I'm going to pause our video, move these cards out of the way, and we're going to move on to pulling some cards from another deck. Now we're going to pull a challenge card for you guys. So a challenge you may be facing in the month of October. Wow. We have the Fool card. I'm going to take a drink. One moment. Oh, and I'm going to knock stuff over and break things. Goodness. Okay. The Fool card coming out as your challenge card makes me think of, Virgo, you kind of like to have this plan, right? And that's why having the ideal course of action last month, I was like, yep, I know, Virgo, you want to have a plan. The Fool card, he does not have a plan. He is jumping off a cliff, and he ain't scared about it or worried about it. He's willing, and the Fool card is the 0 card, which is the start and or the end of the deck, depending on your perspective. But there's this innocence, this just this willingness to take risks, the willingness to trust the process, the willingness to go with it, the willingness to, yep, we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants here and see how it all turns out. So this coming up as your challenge, Virgo, hopefully through the discovery of your ideal course of action and all of that, you considered all the ways that you can place too many expectations or get too caught up in A plus B has to equal C and all of these things and trying to make rules for our life. And there are laws that govern us, but most of them are pretty, I don't want to say generic, but there's such a wide cast net on them. And then we try to shrink them down and make all these rules of how everything's gonna, if I do this, this is gonna happen, when we don't really know. And so this coming as a challenge for you, I would say, when something unexpected comes up, or when you have to make a decision without having the ability to research and plan, are you willing to trust yourself? Are you willing to trust the process of life of, okay, as long as I have good intent and blah, 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 I can go out there and be the fool once in a while and go with the flow. Let's pull a card for strength of yours for this month that you may have to utilize. Sun and Justice. All right. The sun, to me, has a lot to do with, and I just think it's funny, illumination, which has the moon, but the sun shining on your face, that the sun's going to come out every day. There's this consistency there. And also, I mean, when you think of the sun, you think of maybe summertime and heat and warmth and joy and being outside, being in nature, feeling really good about yourself. Like, this card encompasses so much energy for me, but it really comes down to, the bright side, if you will. And the Justice card, I mean, there's equal consequences to our actions. There is this system in our world that we have to deal with, this scale of morality and scale of right and wrong that plays both personally and then when we're in the world, what things are allowed and not, and consequences to our actions, the consequences to not acting, all of those kinds of things. So in the month of October, I would look at your ability to feel whole, to feel joyful, your perspective on things. Are you willing to see things from a sunny point of view? A positive point of view? Are you willing to do that? Are you also willing to understand karma or justice or fairness or, whatever word works for you in association with this? What does that mean to you? How does that energy make you feel? So it may be in your wheelhouse this month to have to make some decisions when it comes to being fair, when it comes to being just, when it comes to seeing things from a sunny perspective, if you will. Let's pull a couple need to know cards for you. Two of Cups has a lot to do with our ability to authentically connect with someone else. What are your relationships with people? How do you connect with them? Are you being true to yourself and so allowing for a true connection with someone else? I would I don't know why I have such a hard time speaking when it's what I do for a living. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so it may be time, there may be time in the month of October where you have to evaluate your connections with others, but it has a lot more to do with you than them. If you believe in the law of attraction, that kind of thing, what you put out to the world is what you're going to receive. So when you think about your relationships and you may feel like this person's not being authentic with me or this person's not whatever, it is time to look at yourself and call yourself on any of your BS. Am I being really true with them? Am I being open with them about how I feel and what I think and my purposes in life, what I feel is my purpose in life? Am I willing to put in the time and the effort to connect with them on such a real level? Am I willing to look at myself and worry about myself more than them, and know that if I'm doing this and I'm being really authentic, that allows them, if I'm being vulnerable, the word vulnerability sometimes comes up here because it's like the more vulnerable we are, the more open we are, the more we kind of put ourselves out there to these people, the more willing they can be to do the same, not always, but it allows the option to be there.